So today we'll read the myth of why the moon is not as bright as the sun from the Ibaloi, from your ancestors. Okay. Long ago, the moon was brighter than the sun. Then, all the people worked when the moon was shining and slept when the sun was shining. The sun was jealous of the moon because the moon was brighter. The sun put a stone on the branch of a little pine tree, and when the sun and the moon were passing, the sun said, "There is much gold under that stone. Take away that stone and get the gold." The moon took the stone away, and the limb of the tree hit the moon in the face. Since then, the moon has not been bright. the sun tricked the moon.
Yeah.
So this one is about the sun and the moon from the Visayas. So from like where Lola Mush is from. Okay. Once upon a time, the sun and the moon were married, and they had many children who were the stars. The sun was very fond of his children, but whenever he tried to embrace any of them, he was so hot that he burned them. Thus, this made the moon so angry that finally she forbade him to touch them again, and the sun was greatly sad. So one day, the moon went down to the spring to do some washing, and when she left, him told the sun that he must not touch any of their children. When she returned, however, she found that he had disobeyed her and several of the children had got burned. She was very angry and picked up a banana tree to strike him, whereupon he threw sand in her face. And to this day, you can see the dark marks on the face of the moon because the sun threw sand on the face of the sun. Then the sun started to chase her, and they have been going ever since. Sometimes she gets so near that he almost catches her, but she escapes, and then she is far ahead again.
No.
Not yet finished? Another one pa?
Yeah.
Okay, sige. Let's look for another myth. Okay, so last myth for lunchtime. The sun and the moon from Pampanga. This is the myth from Pampanga. Long ago, the earth was created and ruled by Bathala. He had two children, Apolaki and Mayari. You find their names funny?
Yeah.
From the eyes of these children, the earth received its first light. The people, the birds of the air, the animals of the mountain, and even the fishes of the sea were glad because they had light, and so they were great friends of the two children. Bathala loved his children tenderly and never wanted them to be separated from him. So no matter how tired he was, he always followed them in their daily walks. But as time went on and Bathala became old and feeble and could no longer keep up with his active son and daughter, he asked them to stay with him at all times. But they were so absorbed in their fun time that they paid no heed to their father's wish. So one day Bathala became sick and suddenly he died, without leaving any written will as to who will get his kingdom. So Apolaki wanted to rule the earth without giving any power to his sister Mayari. But Mayari refused to her brother's plan, and they both started to fight each other because they both wanted to rule the kingdom of the earth. For a long time, they fought each other with bamboo clubs. At last, Mayari had bamboo clubs. Yeah, they made weapons out of bamboo, tapos hampas-hampasan sila. And then at last, Mayari had one of her eyes put out, so natusok yung bata ni Mayari, ni Apolaki.
Oh.
Yeah, kaya have to be careful when playing that you shouldn't make tusok the eyes. So when Apolaki saw what he had done to his sister, he felt very sorry for her and said that they should struggle no longer. but that they should exercise equal power on earth only at different times. So, sabi nila, share na lang sila. Since that time, Apolaki, who is now called the sun, has ruled the earth during the day, and from his eyes we receive bright light, while Mayari, who is called the moon, rules the world at night. Her light, however, is fainter than her brother's because she only has one eye left. Because diba nabulag siya. The end. Did you like that story too?
Yeah. Natutunan na ito, Mama.
Huh?
But Gaga this year.
What?
But Gaga this year.
Gagog? Who's Gagog? Okay, time to rest na.